I wanted to make this video on the newest update in Master Duel. As of now, they released a new secret pack, which is kind of nice because it's for Labrynth. So anybody wanting to build Labrynth, the best thing about the secret pack is that they added the new cards. Usually they don't really do this, where they didn't include the new support. You have to go into the selection pack for that, but they like legit made it easy. Now, is this pack really good? I mean, besides the Labrynth, which are very good, they're like a tier 1, tier 2 deck. It's just a trap heavy deck where you stop your opponent from playing. Very powerful. You also get the Curse Necrofear. Not necessarily super competitive, although I would say it's more like of an anime focused deck. And it is fairly competent. It has its plays. It's pretty cool. You can do the Destiny board shenanigans where you set up and you win through this. And the monsters, the new monsters at least, the Dark Spirit of Banishment and Dark Spirit of Malice, they don't seem that bad. But it's definitely not a deck that I would say is competitive. It's more of a fun, casual deck. Labrynth, though, is a competitive deck. This is a legit competitive deck, and this box is amazing. It is very good. Just because they included a new Labrynth card just makes this secret box one of the best secret packs to ever be released in Master Duel. And I really mean that. It's up there with the Despia one, the branded one. Even the branded one doesn't even have everything you need. So definitely a really good box. We got a free pull. Let's just pull something. Maybe pull an ultra rare. Oh! So we got one ultra rare, last card in the pack, and it's Dark Sanctuary. I mean, I'm not too sad to have this card. It's not a card that I really want. It's just a nice field spell. It's pretty powerful. All right, but this is the main thing, right? This is what everybody's talking about. This is what the meta is going to be shifting or blah, blah, blah. Let's just look at it. Let's look at the new cards specifically, because the box has some older cards in it as well, which I kind of don't like, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. So we have Trap Tricks. It's a Link 3. It can pop cards, and it makes your Trap Tricks monsters stronger. I think it's really cool in the Trap Trick strategy. I don't know how many copies you would run, maybe 1 or 2, but I definitely think it's a good inclusion in that deck. Besides that, we have new Generaider stuff. Now, Generators are like a token-based archetype. Mainly, their field spell is their most powerful card. It like summons a bunch of tokens, and then you get these boss monsters that you summon, I think, through the field spell itself, that like use these tokens to do things. It's cool that it's a fun archetype. It's not competitive, so it's nice that they're getting new support. But besides that, this is just a generic rank 9. So generic rank 9s aren't bad at all. Just saying that, putting that out there. New Trap Tricks rank 4. Wow, it's a very beautiful card too, by the way. Detach a material from this card, add a Trap Tricks monster from your deck to your hand. Not a bad effect. I really like searchers like that. It also has another effect where if like a monster your opponent controls is sent to the graveyard or banished by a card effect, mainly like the trap cards, you can just attach one of them to this monster. Cool. This is the one I think a lot of people are going to be really excited about. It is Grafa, Dragon Overlord of the Dark World. This card can be used with any fusion substitute target. Any card that says, oh, it can be used as the fusion substitute, you can make this guy, as long as you have another dark monster. And essentially his effect is, when your opponent activates a monster effect or only a normal spark drop, not quick plays, their effect just becomes your opponent discards one. So essentially you discard one. It works really well in the Dark World archetype because Dark World is it's not, I wouldn't say it's competitive, but I mean with the new addition to the cards, it definitely has a lot of competitiveness in it because the new cards are kind of really good, but mainly I would say it's more of a fun casual rogue deck. This is their best new card. This fusion's just insane. Besides that, yeah, Lady Labrynth of the Silver Castle. This card is going to make Labrynth even better. This is a very good card. Just special summon it from your hand if you activate a trap card, and then you can just set a normal trap card with a different name directly from your deck. It's just, dude, come on. And it's a 3k beater. Can't be, what is it? Like, while you control a set card, cannot be targeted with card effects or destroyed. So only by battle. I mean, dude, that's a good one. That's a very good card. I'm kind of hoping I can pull a couple of those because that's a very good card. Then you have the Dark World new boss monster main deck. It's good. I think it searches a Dark World, right? Yeah. If this is discarded by a card effect, you can add a Dark World from your deck to your hand. That's level 5 or higher. Cool. And then also, I think the best thing about Dark World, and this is the thing that I'm most excited to try, is that if you're using Dark World and you're playing against a Dark World deck, you could trigger the additional effects where if this card is discarded from your hand by an opponent's effect, you special summon a level 4 Dark World from your deck or graveyard to either field. Dude, it's just if you're playing with a friend and you're like, oh, let's just play Dark Worlds, and it doesn't even have to be expensive Dark Worlds either. It could be budget. If you activate an effect like that's like, hey, both players discard, and your opponent's also playing Dark World, you both get the super. Actually, excuse me, your opponent gets the super powerful effect, and you get the normal one. Now, I think that'll be some fun gameplay replays from there. So I'm excited to try that out. Next up, we got Beardagram, Shelled Emperor of the Frost Crown. I think this is a new Generaider, right? I mean, it seems like it's a level 9, and Generaiders mainly are level 9, but it's like insect plant support? I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. I'm gonna be honest, but it does have the effect where you can destroy all face-up monsters on the field, except insect or plants. It's cool. I mean, it's a board wipe for face-up monsters, but yeah, I don't know. It's out of nowhere. I don't know why it's an ultra. It could have been a rare. It's interesting. I don't know if decks are actually going to incorporate that. And Sneaky Sea. I have a friend who really likes the Cockroach Sea deck. It's like anything that has to do with like a cockroach or a sea. Outside of a fun gimmicky strategy, will people be playing this? It summons in face down defense position, and then during the end phase it flips up, and when it's flipped, you can destroy all special summon monsters on the field. Now that's not necessarily bad. I mean, at the end of your opponent's combo, if you know it's going to be their last special summon, you summon this on their turn 1. They don't have an Omni Negate, which they probably will in high level Yu-Gi-Oh! You can destroy everything that's special summoned on the field. So I think it also destroys itself, right? And Evil Eye got new support. Evil Eye is just a fun strategy. This seems like a genuinely very good support card. Send a monster and a spell from your deck to the graveyard, and add an equip from your deck to your hand. Really cool. And then you can banish this from your graveyard, equip an Evil Eye equips card from your graveyard to one link monster. Cool stuff. It's a good card. And then Trap Tantalizing Tune. You can discard a level 4 plant or insect or normal trap. That's nice. You have like literally 3 card types you can discard. Draw 2 cards. You banish this card from your graveyard, target one of your banished insect or trap cards, dude, and place it at the bottom of the deck. It's kind of like a really slow recursion effect when it's on the graveyard, but mainly you're just using it for the draw. This card is literally a, hey, special summon a Labrynth from your deck, but then you got to return a card you control to the hand. Okay, kind of cool. But when it's in your graveyard, and you control a level 8 fiend, you can target an opponent's card. It doesn't need to be just a monster. It can be anything. As long as it's a card they have, return it to the hand. That's really, really powerful. Because that's a compulse in your graveyard. I mean, your opponent's going to have some way of graveyard removal. Maybe the Shizu cards in order to get rid of it. Muckrack of the Underworld. This one is really good in Fiend decks, if I remember correctly. If a monster you control would be destroyed by battle card effects, you contribute a Fiend monster instead. You can target a Fiend monster in your graveyard, discard 1 card if you do special summon it, all you get special summon except Fiends. Then a new Magic Key monster. Now, Magic Key were never competitive, but I'm glad that they're getting new support. They can definitely get up there in terms of power the more card support they have. Same with any other archetype. Once per turn, when a normal monster or Magic Key destroys an opponent's monster by battle, detach one material from this card, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the damage of the original monster's attack. Once per turn during your opponent's main phase, quick effect, you can target one monster your opponent controls with the same attribute as Magic Key in your graveyard or you control. Detach one material from this card and banish it. It's a generic rank 8 that works in a deck that has a normal monster. So Blue Eyes, a potentially new Blue Eyes support card. Next up, we got Bottomite, the Sacred Sheep Shrub. Wow. Okay, it's a plant, rank 4. Detach one material from this card, target one normal trap in your graveyard, place it at the bottom of the deck, then draw 1 card. Oh, I love these. Wait. This is like a Daigosto Emerald for normal traps. If a normal trap is activated, you can detach one from an XYZ control, like anything, even this card or any other XYZ, as long as you control it. And if you do special summon level 4 from your hand. Whoa. Yo, that's a nice card. That's actually a really nice one. All right, and a new Runic. This is a level 4 Runic. Now you can fusion this with using just 2 Runic monsters, but honestly, you're just going to bring out the spell anyways. When an attack is declared involving this card in an extra monster zone, you can banish the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. Neither player takes any battle damage from attacks involving that. The effect I like the most is, when this card on the field is destroyed by battle card effect, you can target a Runic spell, quick play in your graveyard, add it to your hand. I like that. I think it's cool because you can also just banish cards, but Runic's kind of got already nerfed because of Sprite. Runic Sprite was a really powerful deck that was running around, and Runics were just incorporated. It's nice that they're getting new support, but it's not going to make the deck that much better. It's just a nice little support card. And this is probably the most important Dark World because it has the effect that says, hey, just discard it from your hand, add a Gates of the Dark World from your deck to your hand. And if it's banished and you control a Dark World card, you can special summon this card. The thing is, this isn't a once per turn, like at all. I mean, it is you can only special summon once per turn, but it's not a discard from your hand once per turn. Meaning, if you have 3 copies of this in your hand, and you have 3 copies of Gates in the Dark World in your deck, you can activate this effect 3 times. And Gates of the Dark World is really important for Dark World because it essentially just says, banish a monster in your graveyard, discard a card in your hand, draw 1. And then you can use that draw 1 effect 3 times and the discard effect 3 times, and Dark World needs to be discarded. So it's a really, really important card. I'm glad they made it a super rare. They could have made it an ultra. It's a super, very nice. Another Trap Trick monster for the main deck. When it's normal summoned, you can add 1 Trap Trick's Garden. That's a field spell from your deck to your hand. If it discards special summon, you can target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls, banish it. Also during the next standby phase, your opponent can special summon 1 of their banished monsters. It is cool. It's like a weird Farfa, like Burning Abyss Farfa. It like removes their monster only for a set amount of time. I think cards like that are really good, especially since this is just like when it's special summoned. So it's very, very good. Dark World Archives. During your main phase, you can discard 1 Dark World monster. If you do, Dark Worlds you currently control gain attack equal to the level of the monster discarded. If a monster whose original type is Fiend is discarded from your hand by a Dark World card or an opponent's card effect, even during a damage step, you can discard 1 card, draw 2. The discard 1 card, draw 2 is going to make this card very powerful. Would you run more than 1 copy of this card? I don't think so. I think this is just a one of, but it is a good one. And Trap Trick's Garden. Any card that says you can get an additional normal summon is a good card. Cards like that are busted. This is a field spell, which literally means that it stays face up on the field, so you can use it during every single one of your turns. You get that additional Trap Tricks normal. The best part is, if you're playing Trap Tricks in combination with another deck, you can use the field spells effect to normal summon a Trap Tricks, and then you can normal summon whatever other monster you want. Like, it doesn't matter, because you already normal summon your Trap Tricks, you know? So it's just amazing. It's a very, very good card effect, but that's just the first effect. The first time each insect or plant you control would be destroyed by battle, it is not destroyed. Like, wow, okay, you got protection. But this is the third effect. You can banish one monster you control, special summon 1 Trap Tricks from your hand or graveyard. Yeah, dude, this is a insanely powerful card. This card is the reason Trap Tricks are very good. Very, very good card. When monster would be normal or special summon, you can negate the summon if you do destroy that monster and discard a Fiend monster. Actually, that's really good. If a Dark World monster you control would be destroyed with battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. And it gives you additional protection. Intimidating or Summonite. Target 3 monsters in your graveyard, choose 1 of the 3, then your opponent chooses 1 of the following effects. Special summon the chosen monster, special summon as many of the other monsters as possible. What? Your opponent chooses 1 of the following effects. So they, okay, wait, I'm trying to grasp my head around this. So your opponent either gives you 1 monster or 2 monsters. That is such a bizarre, it seems like a fun card. It's a bizarre card. Terrifying Trap Hole Nightmare, new Trap Hole card. If your opponent has special summon a monster this turn, target 1 monster your opponent controls with 2,000 or more attack, destroy it. Then if you have a whole normal trap card in your graveyard, you can banish 1 monster from your opponent's graveyard. It's a one of mainly for the fact that it can remove a monster with 2,000 or more attack, but it doesn't negate its effects. It doesn't like banish it, it just destroys it. Yeah, you can remove a monster from the graveyard too, which is kind of nice. Trap Tricks Holy Tia. You can activate this card to turn it was set by discarding 1 normal trap. Special summon this card in defense position as a normal monster. Whoa. That is good. That is good. It's just a monster, so you can go into your rank 4s, or you can even go into your link plays, because this is still considered a Trap Tricks monster. You can banish this card from your graveyard, target 1 Trap Tricks monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use the effect once per turn. This card's a lot better, mainly for the fact that you can banish it from your graveyard, and then special summon a Trap Tricks monster from your graveyard. Because being able to use your graveyard as a resource is really powerful in Yu-Gi-Oh! And it also counts as a free monster to like enable to you to special summon monsters on the field even quicker. Those are all the SR and UR cards. Next up are just the rares and the normals. And I like looking over these because I like seeing what new cards are in the game. Praying Mantis, when your opponent declares an attack, you can send 1 card from your spell trap to the graveyard, return that monster to the hand. You can only use the following effects once per turn. During your standby phase, you can special summon 1 Bandits token. You can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon 1 token. This seems like a fun card. It doesn't seem like a crazy card. It has 3 genuinely good effects, but it's not like an insanely powerful effect. Guard Mantis. You can pay 1,000 life points, special summon this card from your hand in defense position, but while it's face up on a monster zone, you cannot special summon the monsters except insect. So it's insect support for rank 4s. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target one insect monster you control, changes battle position. Ah, so this works in a deck where you need your insects to be changed in terms of battle position. Maybe in the spider deck. This is good support for a very, very old archetype. That spider deck where they need to be in defense has not seen support in like 10 years. So that's cool. There's a new card. Paul, Hermit of Dark World. If this card is discarded by card effect, you can target one Dark World monster in your graveyard, special summon it to either field. Then, if this card is discarded by an opponent's effect, you can special summon to either field one fiend that is banished or in your hand or graveyard. So essentially, it's just when it's discarded, special summon a Dark World to either field. This one is the one I was kind of more excited about. This card is if a fiend monster is sent to your graveyard and this card's in your hand or graveyard, special summon it. If it's sent to the graveyard from a card effect, even if it's discarded, you can target a fiend in your graveyard, except this card, add it to your hand. You can only use one of the effects per turn, but that is a good effect. In Dark World and a Fiend strategy, that is just a good effect. The main reason this card's good is because you discard a Fiend monster in your hand, special summon this, or you discard this card, special summon a Fiend. Usually in Dark Worlds, you want to discard a Dark World, special summon this, and it also has a graveyard effect where as long as a Fiend monster you control destroys something, you can just add this card back in your graveyard. It's very good. It's a starter card. Bio Insect Warrior. If this card's in your hand or graveyard and you do not control Bio Insect Armor, you can target one insect monster you control, equip it to this, banish it when it leaves the field. Also banishes equip card when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect of Bio Insect Armor once per turn. The equipped monster gains, holy crap. But only during the battle phase and main phase 2. What the heck? That's so weird. That's such a weird card. Huh? That is bizarre. I mean, yeah, I guess that's a weird one. A new Evil Eye card, sick. If you control an Evil Eye monster and discard in your hand or graveyard, quick effect. You can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. Damn. During your opponent's turn, you can quick effect again. Immediately after this card resolves, Link Summon. Oh shoot! When you do, you can also use Evil Eye equipment you control as, huh? You can use the equipped spells as monsters? This is a really good support for Evil Eye. What does their Link do? I forget, because their Link must be amazing because they have a really good card now. What is this? Trap Chicks Archa no Kampa. During the main phase, if you control a Trap Chicks monster, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon the extra deck except insect or plant. I think the Trap's better. The Trap is literally a discard a normal trap, special summon this as a monster. Yeah, you do have to discard. This one doesn't allow you to discard, but then the trap also has a graveyard effect where you can banish it, special summon a Trap Chicks monster. This one doesn't have an additional effect. So it's interesting, but I think the trap's way better. Mother Spider Splinter. I was saying, bro, I think they got new support after what, like 10 years plus? If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can tribute this card. You cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except XYZ. Also special summon up to 3 baby spiders from your hand or deck. And if you do, they become level 5. But you cannot be used as XYZ except for a dark monster. What is a baby spider? I mean, it's cool. It's genuinely a very cool card. What is a baby spider though? Oh, here we go. Baby spider. You contribute one dark monster, increase the level of all baby spiders you currently control by the level of that tributed monster. So if you tribute itself and you have 3 of these, all the baby spiders will become level 6 because they'll gain 3 levels. And then if they're already level 5, they'll become level 8, right? A little bit of math there, but it's interesting. It's a rank 5, rank 8 deck. You can pay half your life points, banish this card from your graveyard, detach a material from a dark XYZ you control, and then target one dark monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Ah, okay. But you have to pay half your life points, bro. That's expensive. And it has 0 attack, 0 defense. Yikes. It's not even a tuner either. It just seems fun. It seems bad, but it seems fun. Dark World Puppetry. Target up to 3 cards in a graveyard, banish them, then discard a fiend monster. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from the graveyard, target one of your banished fiends, add it to your hand. Nah, I'm not. I mean, graveyards are really powerful, huh? It's not the worst card in the world. It's definitely a 1-of though. Dark World Ascension. This is their fusion card, right? It's a quick play too. During your main phase, fusion summon one fiend monster from your extra deck by banishing materials mentioned on it on the field or graveyard. If you fusion summon a Dark World monster this way, you can also discard monsters as material This is a good card. I'm glad they made it a rare. This is a very good card. During your main phase, if this card's in your graveyard, you can add it to your hand, then discard one Dark World monster. Yeah, this is an amazing card. Really, really, because not only does it work in just Fiend fusion strategies, which I really don't know off the top of my head how many of those are in the game, but if you're using Dark World specifically, it does trigger their discard effects. So it's cool. And it's a quick play. So you can use your discard effects during your opponent's turn, which is nice. Simeless Archfiends. What is this? It's an Archfiend support card, but it also looks like it's support for the Magic Key. This turn, neither player can special summon monsters with the same card type. Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, XYZ, or Link, they control. If they do not control 2 or more of the same card type, all Ritual, Fusion, blah, 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 you currently control gain 500. There are already cards that say, hey, your opponent cannot Synchro, XYZ, Fusion in the game. This one is a rare, though. So it's a low budget, like anti-meta card. That's really good. I'm so glad they made that a rare. I'm definitely gonna get 3 craps of that. That just seems like I honestly might be including this in future deck lists. It's powerful. It's a very good, like, it stops your opponent from playing the game. That's very powerful. Soul Scissor. If a monster in the field would be destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard while this card's in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. But banish it when it leaves the field. Yada yada. If this special summon from the graveyard, you can target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Oh, that's sick. Is it meta defining? No, it's a good card. That is a good card. I like that one. None of the normals. Infinite Antlion. Once returned at the start of the damage step, if an insect monster battles, you can target one card you control and one card your opponent controls, destroy them. Okay. You can only use the following effect once returned. When an opponent monster declares an attack, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is no more special summon, you can equip one insect monster from your hand or graveyard to this card as a equip spell. That gives it 500 attack and defense. So essentially the main point of this card is to synergize with insects that when they're sent to the graveyard you get card effects, or bio insect armor, which is kind of weird, but I mean it works. Also, it's the main utility of this card is that, like, hey, if your opponent declares an attack, you special summon this card, and then if they go through with the attack, you can just destroy their whatever monster, or one card, honestly, that they have, but you have to destroy a card that you have also. It's not bad. It's kind of good, actually. It is kind of good. It's just not like an archetype specific card. It's just an insect support card. New Generaider card. If this card's in your hand or graveyard, you can send another Generaider from your hand to the graveyard, special summon this card, banish it when it leaves the field. Special summon, you can special summon a Generaider from your hand or graveyard. Oh, this is a really good Generaider support, and it's only rare. Oh, this is a good one. This is like a 3 of, no? It's just a special summon itself, special summon one from the graveyard. It gets your like plays going even quicker. This is the final card. Giant Ballgame. During your main phase, if this card was activated this turn, you could special summon one level 6 or lower insect from your graveyard. You can reveal one insect in your hand, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls, and one insect you control with less attack than a revealed monster. Switch control of those monsters. And if you do, the monster you took control of becomes an insect. Any card that says switch a card you control with an opponent's card is a good card. That's all the new cards. Yeah, I mean, I'll just open up one pack. We'll see what we pull. But besides that, let me know your thoughts down below. If you like the video, like the video. And yeah, that's it from me. I hope you have a great day or night, and maybe I'll catch you next time. Later.